So here at NAMM 2020, we have DJ Dynamix, multiple-time Red Bull Thre3style US finalist.
5 times.
5 times.
Too many times.
So, do you want to give a little bit background on yourself, how you started?
Yeah. I grew up in LA, so I'm hella spoiled. You know, growing up listening to the Beat Junkies on the radio, listening to DJ Revolution on the radio, having access to the Wake Up Show, having access to Fat Beats. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I grew up around turntablism, so like the bar, the entry level bar to get into DJing was like way up here.
Yeah.
So I had to catch up quick, right? So luckily enough for me, I had a background in music, which helped shorten my learning curve. I jumped right into it, man. Like before I even had turntables, I had dual cassette decks, and I was making mixtapes on that. So by the time I got my turntables, I already knew what mixes that I was gonna make. All I needed to do was collect the vinyl, add the concepts in my head. Yeah, man, and I just took off running as soon as I started.
Awesome. So when did you get started battling?
Started battling like early on. I think my first year of DJing, my first battle was at my high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Luckily enough for me, like my high school hosted battles, and that was like the first one that I won. Won equipment back then from the store that I actually bought my equipment from. So started to form a relationship with those people, and
what made you interested in battling in the first place?
Just to kind of sharpen my sword, I feel like, and kind of see where I was at. You know what I mean, in terms of how good I was in comparison to my peers.
Got you.
And then eventually, when I started doing all the serious competitions, it was more of, all right, when the party rock battles started, like 2009, 2010, I just saw that as a good avenue for me to battle to get residencies for one, but also two, to kind of market myself, to see how I would fit in that lane, right? If I played at a nightclub, but I incorporated the turntablism that I grew up learning, I just thought, yo, that's a powerhouse combination. I'm sure I can take these battles. Ended up taking a good amount of them in a row, and it created quite a name for myself, and it carved a lane for me to kind of get in where I didn't have a network in nightclubs and stuff like that. Yeah,
you were just touching on it. So what do you think participating in battles, how did it affect your DJ career, and what did you gain from it?
I came at battles with the approach that, well, one, I was going to win. Not to be too cocky, but I was going in and I knew, like, okay, this would be great for me because I take this opportunity to win. It will put my name out there. When I approach clubs, it'll be a little bit easier for me to get my foot in the door if, you know, the word of mouth has spread and I was getting co-signed from other DJs. And it helped out, man, because I wasn't in the nightclub scene like that. I wasn't out there networking like that. This was kind of a way for me to carve my name in the scene, and it ended up working for me in the long run. But I just try to focus my attention on, all right, how can I use this to benefit me, right? Rather than relying on the battle to do something for me, I just kind of took advantage of the status I was able to gain from that and leverage that into a career. Yeah.
Awesome. So what is your favorite battle moment that you have?
Wow, that's a good question. I want to say this year when Lazy Boy brought me out during his set. That was very unique. I've never done that before. I don't think we've ever seen a competitor bring out another competitor.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
Yeah. So that was, man, that guy's crazy for thinking stuff like that. But I was willing to help. So yeah,
awesome.
It's all good.
And finally, how has battling changed over the years, in your opinion?
There's the use of the technology for sure has changed the game quite a bit. So we're not necessarily relying just on the vinyl now, right? So the juggles are a little bit more skip proof. There's new techniques that are brought to the forefront utilizing the technology, and it's a lot more focused, I'd say, on the crowd versus on the skills, right? There's still an underlying focus on the skills, But I mean, ultimately, when you have a large crowd in front of you with the Red Bull Thre3style, with the Goldie Awards, I think that helps us a lot more in the long run in terms of our career, in terms of branding, being able to work with companies, because of course Goldie and Red Bull Thre3style, they have relationships with the press, they have relationships with other companies, so it kind of already puts you on the radar of those companies, and it just opens up a lot more opportunities for you that way, as well as like members of the public seeing what you're able to do in a nightclub setting or in a crowd setting, you know what I mean, and how the crowd reacts to your ideas, your routines, and things like that. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Once again, this is DJ Dynamix from LA, and that's it. Thanks, buddy. Of course, man. Appreciate you.